back. If you have any props that you need or can access, blocks are great, straps, blanket, bolster, any of the above, wonderful. We most regularly use the blocks, so 2 blocks is always wonderful. But let's let all that go for now and just arrive here on the ground, on our backs, with a chance to say hello to yourself and the earth beneath you. The earth rising up to support you and meet you. And you rooting down into the earth to support yourself and also to meet the earth. Just notice the parts of your body connecting to the ground. And we have all these little inconsistencies in our bodies, right? Like some parts of us are very even side to side, some are very different. You might notice your hips rotated one way or another, or you might notice a little crunch in your spine or your legs, or even your arms or shoulders can be crunchy. So just take a little scan. We practice to tune in, to check deeply in with ourselves. We may practice to rest, or we may practice to energize, and a little bit of both, or something completely different. We may practice to heal. So just notice what brings you to your mat today. And perhaps even what yoga means to you in the greater context of life, of movement, of being. Notice how that informs the way you check in with yourself. And if you haven't already, take a nice deep breath in. And I'll invite an exhale out the mouth, maybe with some sound. A slow sink back into the earth. Let's try another one. Big breath in, slow and steady. And a smooth breath out. And maybe one more. Big, open, full breath. And your own release. Walking your knees in to hug into your chest, and arms wrap around your shins and give your chin a little tuck, lengthening out your spine. And if and when it feels right, just take a little rock side to side and let your head and your tail go with this rock. Connecting the top of your head down to the base of your tailbone. Long pole of energy, strength, connections. And just rocking on it, just giving it some ease and movement, some breath. Let's take the hands to the knees and circle those knees. And you'll notice how when you circle your knees with your hands touching, the spine gets moved as well. Circle in the other direction. What's here? Who's here? How have you arrived? How's your breath? And then let's lift the legs up to the sky and give the ankles a little shaky shake, and even coming into now some circles for the ankles in each direction a few times. Really listening to your body and your own pacing as we get started here. Let's keep your right knee hugged in, taking your hands behind the back of that leg. And you can either straighten the left leg down along the mat or bring the left foot down to the ground. And continue the circle for the right ankle. Opening up the back line of the right leg, all the way from the sole of the foot, really. And if you can take the hand to the sole of the foot, that could be a really nice extra stretch for the foot and the calf, the back of the knee, the hamstring, all along the back of the line of the body. Tucking the chin brings you all the way back to the forehead. So big long line on the side there. And then bend that right knee for a half happy baby, saying hello to the hip. Let's reach the left arm overhead and create a nice long line for that left side. If the left foot is to the ground, totally fine. And if you want to straighten your right leg a little bit a couple times, just check it out, see what's there for you. Find your breath again if you haven't. Find some relief in your practice. And then let's bend the knee, the right knee, and cross it over the body for a little cross. Right arm reaches out to the right, right knee reaches over to the left, and choose your gaze. It could be straight ahead. It could be into that open right palm. Inviting in some space, inviting in some love for yourself here today. Certainly inviting in some breath. We'll take a couple more rounds of breath. Noticing what you notice along the way. One more breath. And then go ahead, come on back, bring the left foot to the ground and cross the right ankle over the left thigh, hug the left knee into the chest, and send the right knee away with the right elbow. If you want to reach the left heel up to the sky, that's also invited. And if you want any movement with this, anything goes. Your body is so wise. And this is our chance to listen and notice, take in, have your own dance. Another breath here. And we'll go ahead and lift both legs up to the sky once again and pick the ankles, circle the ankles. Let's circle the wrists together now this time with it. Circling in both directions. Maybe a little wiggle out to the spine. And then keep the left leg high and lengthen out the right leg, either long on the mat or right foot to the floor. And just find some connection through the entire back line of your left side leg, left leg, back of leg. So see what you can notice, see how much you can notice. Invite in breath into places that might need it. Let's bend the left knee and come into that half happy baby. And again, if it feels good to straighten and bend the left leg, go for it. If there are other things that feel nice in your body, please offer this out to yourself. Finding your breath over and over again. Bend that left knee and take a twist across, left knee over to the right, left arm open to the left, and twist. And breathe and wring out. Maybe for the moment, inviting in a little more squeeze of the belly on the exhale, just starting to energize the middle of the body. Find your breath. Find any little movements that support you. 2 more breaths. Resting deeply so that we can really recharge our energy. And then let's come on back to center, right foot to the ground if it wasn't already. Left ankle crosses over that right thigh and hug the right knee in. Left elbow presses left knee away. If you want, right heel comes up to the sky. Long spine. Any movements, any sounds, any occurrences, anything that occurs to you, find it. Last couple breaths. And then launch both legs to the sky and reach your arms overhead, clasping the thumbs, and lower the legs about 1/3 of the way down. Reaching the arms away, the shoulders drop down, the heels reach away. Find your core. And let's lower another 1/3 of the way down. Hello, core. Big breath in and big breath out. And then just slowly lower down till you're hovering off the mat with those legs. If you want, you can lift your head up and take a look at your 10 toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift the legs on up and let's rock up to a boat pose so that your calves are parallel to the ground. Hands are beneath those knees. Chest is lifted. So you could stay right here, or you could draw your hands to your heart, or you could straighten those legs. You could always back off anytime. If you got your hands to your heart, wherever your legs are, chest lifted, Little side to sides, opposite elbow to opposite knee for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's take 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. And if you got it again, take 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Let's cross the ankles and congratulate ourselves, finding our way to all fours and some cats and cows, lifting chin, chest, eyes, tail on inhale. And exhale, rounding it out, head drops, tail drops, belly squeezes. Oh. Moving with this. Inhale, opening front body. And exhale, rounding, opening back body, press into the palms, open the shoulder blades, drop the head. Work in your own pacing. You might be moving faster or slower than I am. Just work with your full breath on inhale and exhale. You find a move and you connect your spine to the movement and the breath. Last few rounds. Deepening the breath in and out. One more inhale. And one last exhale. And come to neutral, bring your knees together. And we're going to exhale, gaze past the right shoulder toward the right ankle. Let your left hip jut out. C shape to the spine on the left side. Inhale back through center. And exhale over to the other side, opening up side body. Oh my goodness, and working with your breath, working just like cat and cow from side to side this time. Opening the side ribs, the waist, the outer hip, the gaze. What occurs to you? What's here for you? Few more rounds just to loosen up the body, get ourselves moving and energized. One last round in and out. And the last side, inhale and exhale. Come back to center and walk your knees again, hip width apart, maybe a little shake out for each wrist. Press through the palms and lift the knees up just for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, hello core. Drop on down. And let's lengthen the right leg out, spreading the ball of the foot on the ground, reaching through that right heel. And then launch the right leg up into the sky, left arm reaches forward. So right leg back, left arm forward. Circle out wrist and ankle in both directions and really reach through the bones of the long limbs. Breath in. And exhale, round in elbow to knee, tuck your chin. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, arm and leg side to side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round squeeze. Belly strong. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arm and leg side to side. Find a dance with this. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arm and leg side to side. And last one, lengthen. Exhale, round in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side to side. Lengthen out and bend the right knee and reach back with your left hand for that right foot. And launch your right thigh to the sky. Open your heart, open your chest. Big breath in. And let's lengthen arm and leg out again. And left hand comes down, right foot comes down. Right arm flows up to the sky. Lean back, open up, enjoy the ride. Hello. Big circle with your right arm. Follow it with your eyes. Clearing the space around you like you had a magic wand here in your right hand. Woo! And circle in the other direction if you haven't already. Opening up the breath, opening up the space around you. Meet with your right arm over your right ear and spread through that whole right side body. If it feels good for you, launch your right leg up into space. Big long line of energy here. And if it feels good for you, reach back, right hand to right foot, open the heart, open the belly, open the front thigh on that right side. Take a big breath in, squeeze your shoulder blades together for a little cherry on top moment. And then exhale, let's release and come to all fours and just move it around your way. Hips, shoulders, head, enjoy. Really feeling what you're noticing now. What has shifted since the beginning of this practice? Come to a moment of stillness, maybe a little shake out for each wrist. Let's once again lift those kneecaps off the mat for 5, 4, you're pressing into the tops of your feet, 3, and your palms, of course, 2, come on down. Lengthen your left leg out, spread the toes on that left foot, reach through the left heel, open up, and float your left leg into space and your right arm forward and circle out wrist and ankle, both directions. Buoy up your belly. Feel the energy rising and expanding out through the bones here. Big breath in, extend beyond yourself. And exhale, round in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach out long. And exhale, arm and leg side to side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round, squeeze, belly strong. Inhale, reach. Arm and leg side to side. Dance it through 2 more, reaching out. Rounding in, squeeze it. Reach on out, inhale. And exhale, side to side. Last round, reach. Round. Reach. Side to side. Lengthen back out and bend the left knee, reach right hand back for that left foot, or fake it till you make it. Broaden the collarbones, lift the left thigh. Breathe in a breath of fresh air, fresh prana, fresh life. And then extend arm and leg forward and back. Right hand down, left foot down, left arm flows to the sky, lean back, expand your wings. And take a big wide windmill circle. Follow with your eyes. Ooh. Let your breath come in and out. Really honor yourself here today. A day of rest and celebration. Circle in the other direction. Meet me with the left arm over the left ear. Launch your left hip to the sky. Open up that left side body. Maybe float your left leg up into space and or reach back for that left foot. Opening your thigh, your belly, your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back for a little cherry on top moment. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And let's unfurl and come on out. And just take a moment in child pose, feet together, knees wide, forehead to the ground. And let this be a moment to let go of anything which does not serve you. Any tension that you're holding in your body or your mind or even your energetic spirit body, let it go. You can make lots of sound here if you wish. Just let it down. And when you feel ready and refreshed and able to go to the next place, find your way on up into downward facing dog, lifting your hips high, pressing through your palms, walking out each leg, bend one knee and then the other, open the armpits. Let your head really just release and maybe dangle your breath full and deep and releasing and inviting. Take a moment of stillness, pressing the palms forward and the hips high and high and high, pulling your thighs back and drawing your heels to or toward the floor. Toes turn to the left, heels turn to the right. Open up that left side body. And then toes turn to the right, heels to the left, other side. You can almost unweight the right palm a little bit and even the right toes. Play around. Come on back to center. Draw your feet together. Palms press forward, thighs draw back. Belly draws in. Shoulder blades roll away from one another. And when we're ready, right leg launches to the sky and stack right hip over left, bend right knee, roll your hip open. Press your right foot toward your left shoulder. And as you're ready, circle out that right knee. If that feels nice in your body. Big, little circle, doesn't matter. Churning the wheel of your pelvis. So churning in the other direction. And then launching that right leg high to the sky. Pull back through each heel. Press forward through each palm. Big breath in. Make this full and open. Inhale. And exhale, round and squeeze in knee to nose and just hover, hold, feel your strength, feel your power in the center. And let's step the right foot forward, gently dip down onto the left knee and rise your way on up. Hands to your front thigh. Let's take a moment to dip into the hips. And let's interlace the hands behind the back and broaden the heart space. Drop the shoulders. Let the heart fountain toward the sky. Maybe your eyes look up as well. Maybe your hands clasped behind you reach a little bit away from your body. Really take this in your way. Sink into the hips, sink into the earth. Once again, opening up to Earth's gifts. One more breath. And hands come down. If you've got blocks, find them at the top of your mat. And let's straighten both legs and pull the hips back and bow the head. If it feels nice for you, you can lift the 5 toes of your right foot, just balancing on that right heel. You could place a block under the ball of the right foot. Head is bowing. Hips are furling up to the sky. Spine is getting longer. Here's a reset. What are you ready to let go of? How are you ready to challenge yourself? And how can you breathe through it? Is your belly part of the situation? One more breath in. Let's fly into our standing split. Hands forward, left leg flows to the sky, head bows heavy. Hello, strong body. How do you want to play with this pose? Maybe you take a little hop. Maybe you challenge your balance. Take one more breath in. And then let's step back strong. High plank, pausing here. Feel your strength. If you want to challenge your core a little bit, lift the right foot off the mat a couple inches and claw finger your left hand. And maybe you lift that left hand off the mat for a breath or two. Take a breath, find your balance, switch it up. Left foot lifts a couple inches off the mat, totally optional. Right fingers clawed, maybe off the mat, all is optional. Feel that center, take a breath, inhale. Knees down, chest down, chin down. Wiggle worm to the body. And then belly down. Forearms to the ground, Sphinx pose, shoulders down, collarbones wide, elbows draw in as the chest almost walks, pulls, drags its way forward, and the legs pull back in opposition. Turn your palms open to the sky for possibilities or for emptying. And then come on back down. Hands by your ribs, rise up a little bit higher, back bend. Open the collarbones, strong through the legs and glutes. Inhale. And exhale, find your way back to down dog, maybe through a child pose, maybe through a plank. Take a breath in once you've arrived in down dog, and a nice sigh out. Left leg flows to the sky and bend that left knee, roll your hip open. Enjoy. Feel the 4 corners of that right foot. Pull back through the outer right hip, and now circle through the left knee. If you haven't started already, circle in the other direction in your own timing. Really working to mobilize our hips, always working for that. Stay mobile through the middle. Lift the left leg, pull back through each heel. Press forward through each palm. Squeeze in knee toward nose. Engage your core. Round out your body. And then go ahead, step your left foot forward, dip down gently onto your right knee, find your balance. This time, arms flow up to the sky, interlace the fingers, palms rise, shoulders drop, hips sink. Breath fills wherever it is, your body takes it. What do you need in this moment? How could you make this moment even better for yourself? Take one more breath. And then hands to the ground or blocks and straighten both legs, pull back through each heel. Maybe lift the 5 toes of the left foot. Block placement under the ball of left foot invited. Head bowing, hips rising, rising, rising. Yes, deepening in this pose your way. Backing off is a form of deepening. Breath is a form of deepening. Surrender out of the mind is a deep form of deepening. Let's fly into our standing split. Right leg flows to the sky, head bows heavy. Feel your strength, feel your playfulness, feel your courage. Take another breath. And we'll step back strong, high plank. This time straight into chaturanga, just hovering above the mat. If you need knees down, all welcome. Open your way, upward facing dog, any back bend that feels right in your body. And then exhale, pull on back, downward facing dog. Hips high, head bows, take a little nod, yes. And notice your yeses for right now. What are you saying yes to right now? And then shake out no. And notice your no's right now. What are you saying no to right now? All welcome in this body. Take a big breath in. A good sigh out. Bend your knees, look forward, spring step or float to the front. Reach on out to flat back inhale and exhale, bow in, fold in, hug in behind those calves, let the head bow and release out anything that's ready to go. I invite the hands to the head or the hair for a pull, a tug, a massage, a release. Maybe touching the neck or the shoulders, the face, the jaw, the temples, the bridge of the nose, any other part of your body that wants touch. This is your moment to care for yourself. What a gift. Hands to the ground. Bend your knees and roll your way up, pressing through your feet. Rise, rise, rise. Circle out the shoulders at the top. Have a little dance at the top. Your own little movements. Maybe a little shake, a little rotation. Oh, a little sound, a little howl to the moon, the new moon. And let's flow our arms high and take a back bend, opening up the front body, standing down on the earth, opening up to all that may come, whatever magic it may be. And then exhale, let's flow, fold forward and down, release, swan dive down. Reach out long, flat back, inhale. Exhale, step or jump it, high plank to low push-up. Inhale, open, up dog. Exhale, open back body, down dog. Reach right leg up to the sky, inhale, and let's step straight into warrior two. Right foot steps, left foot spins flat, open wide. And just take a moment to land in stillness, in power, in focus. Reverse your warrior, big breath in, open the right side body. And exhale, meet me in side angle, right elbow to thigh, left arm reaching over the left ear. Big long line for that left side, left waist. Let your right elbow be light. And even if you want, you could parallel the right arm with the left. Wrap your top arm around your back if it's there for you and spin your heart to the sun. Find your breath. Open your right knee out toward your pinky toe. Where is your ease? Where is your flow? Take another breath, inhale. Oh my goodness. And hands come down toward the front of the mat. Bend into the right knee, straighten the left leg. I'm coming low. You don't have to be low necessarily. Flex your left toes to the sky if that's there for you, opening through the hips here. And then let's walk on over to the other side. And you can move it side to side quickly, or you could stay and just pause and notice and see what the body needs. Be kind to yourself, take your time. Next time we're at the front of the mat, we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So walk the right foot over to the left and right knee comes down, left knee comes down, heart is high. Take a big breath in here. Toes could be curled under or not in the back leg. And then exhale, we'll bow. We'll take a short pigeon. We may revisit this in a while. Let's just slow it down for 2 breaths. Sink into the hips. Rising on out, swinging the left leg forward. Meet me back in that boat pose we started at the beginning of class. If hands come to the heart, that's great. Or have the hands supportive. Or have the legs straight or bent. And if it feels okay, side to side for 5, 4, 3, 2, just one, just the last one this time. Cross the ankles. Let's step on back, straight on back to down dog. Breath in and breath out. Left leg flows to the sky. Inhale and step your left foot forward. Warrior 2, land on the feet. Open the arms, stillness, power, focus, breath. Reverse warrior, inhale. Open up left side body. Side angle lunge, exhale, left elbow to thigh, right arm reaching over ear, shoulders dropping away from ears, long line for the right side. Maybe there's a half bind in it here for you. Wrapping your top arm around the back. Who knows, maybe there's a full bind in it here for you today. Breathing into your becoming. Breathing into the places that feel the yes and the rightness and the edge. One more breath. Hands down at the top of the mat. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Maybe right toes are pointing up to the sky. Skandasana. You may move side to side quickly. You may have your hands down, or you may have your arms free and being playful with this, more of a dance. Just find your own flow, your own timing on this, your own joy, your own sadness, whatever it is. Beautiful. Let's walk to the front of the mat next time. Walk your left foot over to the right. Pigeon pose early in the practice. Right knee down, heart high. Inhale. Exhale, fold bow just for a couple rounds. Some beautiful hip work here today. Some beautiful breath work here today. And some beautiful release. Time to let go. 2 more breaths. Learning to move energy in your body. Let's swing the right leg around back to the boat pose. Shins are parallel to the ground, maybe hands to the heart. If not, just stay steady here. But otherwise, we rock side to side for 5, opposite elbow to knee, 4, 3, 2, last one. This time we walk forward into a squat. So stay on your feet, but knees are down as far as you can. If your heels don't come down, you could fold your mat under, turn your toes out, your heels in, thumbs toward the heart center, and heart is high, hips are low. Wonderful release for the hips here. Wonderful release for the inner thighs. And a steady focus for 3 breaths. The breath is flowing through you. One more breath. Release that low back just a tiny bit more, any way you can. Hands down, hips high, head bow, shake out that head, give it a little nod or movement. Bend your knees and rise your way gently up to standing. Reach your arms out wide and high. Gather all the energy around you, straight into the heart center, right down into the middle of your chest. Shift your weight off to your right foot, and let's bring the left ankle across the right thigh. Sink your hips back. This is a standing figure 4 balance. Elbows come down to opposite side of that front shin. Chest is forward, hips are back. Beautiful heart opener here, beautiful hip opener. Hands could also come down to the ground if that's something that feels right for you. We're just going to take one more breath. And then we're going to swing wide into warrior 2. Wow. Reverse your warrior, straighten your right leg. Open up the right side body. Hinge into triangle pose this time. Hips go back. Right side body stays long. Right hand comes down. I prefer a block at the high end behind my right foot. Chest opens. Maybe a micro bend for that right knee. Spine long and spin. Express yourself. Breathe. Find more freedom in your body. Open the energy spots. Take another breath. Give your head a little nod. Yes. Press through the feet. Rise, rise, rise. Turn your toes in, your heels out. A little dance through your hips and your shoulders and your head. Ooh. Ah. And then draw your hands to your low back, palms facing inward, elbows drawn together, heart opening. Toes are pointing in and heels are pointing out. Just spend a moment here to feel your ground. And then hinge at the hips and fold bow. Head bows down, hands to the ground. Head might come to the ground or be floating or land on a block. Find the right geometry for your body here. What fits? What gives you more breath and more life? What else do you need? Do you need to slow down or speed up? Do you need more structure or more freedom? Do you need more dance in your life or more song? Take another breath and sing it out with an exhale. And turn to face the front of your mat and step your left foot forward to meet your right. Reach on out, flat back. Inhale, legs powerful. Exhale, fold and bow and give a little hug in behind the calves. Fold into yourself. Find your way to standing. Gather the hands at the heart. Take a moment in stillness and quiet and listening. And shift your weight over to your left foot. And find your right ankle across your left thigh and sink in. Hips draw back, heart, crown of head forward. Elbows may find their way down to that shin. Balance might be tricky. All is welcome. Just play. See what you can do to make this good for yourself. Take a breath. Swing wide, warrior two. Reverse your warrior, straighten out your left leg, open up the left side body. And hinge your way into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Find your block if it's handy for you, behind the left leg. Micro bend through the left knee is welcome. Heart opening. Arms, big wide wingspan, it feels good. Breathe into this beautiful shape. Receive energy from outside in and give energy inside out. Especially listen to what works and what you need. Take a breath. Let's rise. Turn the toes in, turn the heels out. Interlace your hands behind your back this time. Broaden your collarbones. Spread through the legs. Where do you need to open? Where do you need to contain? And hinge at the hips and bow. Hands could stay clasped if that's okay in your body. You could use a strap. Arms reach up and overhead. Slow and steady, kind, and there's an intensity, right? Where do you feel this? Take another few breaths. Any movements along the way that feel good for you, by the way. Last breath in. Sigh it out, hands come down. Walk yourself around back to the front. And let's step back downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a long breath out, a long body. A longer pigeon pose this time. Right leg flows to the sky and right foot steps to left wrist. We've already prepped ourselves, so this should feel pretty nice. You want to check that your left knee is centered on the mat. And if it's possible, bring your hands to that front thigh for some weight, for some pressure with your hands, touch, healing touch through the body. And now we'll fold and we'll stay for a little bit longer than we did before. Just an opportunity to release even further. For breath. To slow down. And there may be a sense of release or letting go. There may also be the call for supports. So see what works in your being. A few more breaths, really honoring time and space. What can you let down? One more breath. Make some sound out the mouth. Let's rise, rise, rise. And we'll swing the left leg forward. Keep the right knee bent. And a little more hip work here. So walk your hands underneath your butt, make some space there. Feel your booty on the ground. Again, really connect downward through your body and allow the earth to rise upward through you. Really enlivening you and grounding you at the same time. And then spin toward that straight left leg. The left leg is straight out at a slight angle in front of us. And we're going to twist toward that left leg. And left hand comes behind us. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, long through the spine. This could be just beautiful. Maybe you stay here for a while. Maybe when you're ready, it feels good to slide down the length of the left leg. So you choose. If you slide forward, you're going to get a little more of the low back hip work. If you stay upright, it's much more of a twist. So listen to your body's wisdom. Ground through that outer right hip and knee and stay long through the spine, whether folded forward or upright. About 3 or 4 breaths here. Really growing the pose with your breath, including the belly. Maybe you kiss the knee. One more big breath in. Maybe a nice sigh out through the mouth. Rise, walk your way up gently. Right knee stays bent. And left leg swings this time across that bent right knee for even more twist. Right arm hugs around that bent left knee. Left thumb comes to the left hip crease and you ground. You find that crease of where your leg meets your hip and you just invite it down. And hug that left knee in and start to spin around your axis. Take your time. Work with your breath. Find this as a loosening. Notice what your head wants to do. Notice what your jaw wants to do. Play and dance. Take another 2 breaths. Let the gaze point really find its moment of fullness back behind you. And then tuck your chin and send your gaze forward beyond your right shoulder, still spinning your left chest open in opposition. 1 more breath. And let's gently unfurl and bring your hands down to the right and just fold in and open the left side body, head bowing. Surrender moment. Finding your way back to down dog, your timing, your way. You might want to walk it out or donkey kick, anything that feels right. Left leg flows up to the sky and we step into our pigeon, left foot to right wrist this time. Hips drop, heart lifts, right knee centers on the mat. Hands come to that front thigh, leg, shin. Heart opens. Breath is taken. Movements are made, and eventually maybe you bow and fold and just settle into a rest, a release, a surrender. This might take time. This might take many hours on our mat. And of course, days are different, months are different, weeks are different, years are different. But right now, what can you let go of? What is the minimal effort required for this pose? How much can you deepen your inhale and exhale? 2 more breaths. Last breath in. And a nice sigh out. Rise, rise, rise your way up. Left knee stays bent. And right leg swings out in front of you, just at a little bit of an angle. And take your hands to your booty and move anything out of the way so that your sitting bones can really contact the earth in a way that's rooting and rising. And take a twist so that you spin toward that extended right leg. Right hand might come way back behind you. Left hand may come to outer right knee. Spine long. And if it feels right, slide down the leg. Forward fold. You'll get a gorgeous stretch through the outer left thigh, hip. Heart leading. Tailbone drawing in opposition to that leading of the heart and the head. Find your way with this. Yeah, you may find a surrender. You may find an energy. See what's good. 2 more breaths. And rise, rise, rise. If you've been folded over, unfurl. Left knee stays bent. Right leg swings across the outside of that bent left knee. Left arm hugs around the bent right leg. And take your twist. Rainbow your right arm around the back and twist and spin. Right hip crease dropping down. You might take your thumb there to remind it to drop. Spin. Enjoy. Twist. Find your belly in all of this. Find your gaze. Find your time that it takes. Land with the gaze point past the right shoulder. Open that right chest. And then swing the chin down across the chest and gaze past the left shoulder and keep opening to the right with the other part of the pose. Take a breath. And unwind, bringing your hands over to the left, bowing, forearms to the ground if it's there for you. Head just releasing. Breath in and breath out. And let's unwind our way to lying on our backs. You might have a block handy. We're going to come into a bridge pose next, and you might want to make it more restorative. But before we get there, just take a moment to just sort of feel and reset in your body. You might need to recenter somehow in movement or in stillness, in breath, with eyes open or closed. Take a couple cats and cows here on the back, just to open the spine a little bit, open the shoulders. Feet are to the ground, close to the hips, and next time you swing on up, swing the hips up. And you could stay here or place the block underneath the hips, high, middle, or low, any height. See that it can, if you work with the block, see that it can span both bones of the pelvis. And just breathe here. If you are not using a block and you're more in a classic bridge, use your core on the back, your glutes, your hamstrings. These are strong core muscles. Interlace your hands underneath you if you want a little more opening for the chest. Squeeze the belly down, lengthen the thighs wherever you are. Take a breath. And let's gently come on out and hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Easy rock side to side. We might close down the practice with a twist, knees to the left, right arm opens in opposition. If there's another way you want to close your practice before Shavasana, please take it. Any last minute poses that appeal, take your twist to the other side, your timing, or any other shape that your body's asking for. You might want more back bending or more core work. So whatever it is, find a few moments to listen to your inner yogi and its own dance, magical dance, and let it bring you to Shavasana in your timing. There's no rush. There's no way it has to look or be. There is only your own listening, your own intuition, your own wisdom, and also your own willingness to come to rest. That might be sooner than later. Less doing and more being as we come here into the last bits of our practice. And as we come into the bloom of summer and on Juneteenth here today, there is more invitation to rest, actually, and really cool and ground so that we can open to more light, more blooming, more love, and just more being, perfection of your being. Celebrate yourself here as you rest on the ground or in seated meditation for Shavasana. I will hold the time and space. You can rest and just receive the benefits of this practice. Notice how you feel. Notice if there's more to let go of. Sink into the quiet within yourself, within the earth. Taking a big breath in and a long breath out. Once again, inhale, full, deep, and slow. Exhale, let it go. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And let your head roll easy side to side. Really coming into the flow of ease. Rolling onto your side and pausing there and giving yourself a nice loving hug wherever it is you are. Sending yourself love, filling your cup with clear love light energy, encouragement, presence. Letting your forehead drop to the ground if there's anything to let go of still. Let it out with a sigh or a sound or a word or a vision. And rise your way on up to seated. Take your time. Find your seat. Take up space. Soften what you can soften. And just breathe into the magnificence of yourself. And, where yourself ends and other begins is a mystery, of course. Time-honored question. Draw your hands to your heart. Continuing with that inquiry. Welcoming in whatever shows up here, right now. And bowing your head to that, whatever it is. You might name it, or you might just feel it. Or you might just practice it. Even if you don't feel anything, you could just bow to yourself, your hands, your heart. Draw your thumbs to your third eye center and let that touch lift you up, 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 beyond your being, your body, out into the sky energy raining down upon us, and we are rising up into it. We are the connectors between the sky, the earth. Enjoy that experience. It is our life of being human. Bowing to one another from here. Namaste.